In this video, I'm going to cover how to set system gain, or what I'm calling system gain. By setting this properly, it'll allow you to adjust your gain setting for a channel to the appropriate level, while also running your fader up in that top 2/3 around unity level that gives you a better resolution. The first step that I use is I have music playing to an input channel here, and I use that to set my basic level. So the first thing I do, select the channel showing up here, and it doesn't have a gain setting because it's a playback as opposed to a microphone, but we have trim. So we're going to adjust our trim so that we're getting about 0 dB on the meters. Maybe a little bit under because this will be highly compressed, but we want to get about that level. Now that we're hitting around that 0 point, I'm going to bring up the fader for the channel to 0, and I'm going to bring up the main fader to 0 as well. These set at 0, I can now adjust the output of the mixer so that we're hitting the speakers for the level that I'm looking for. Generally, the level I'm looking for is a bit louder than what I would be mixing at for a service. So let's start there. We've got our trim set, so we're hitting about 0. We got our fader at 0. We got our main out at 0. It's being sent to our system processor, and I'm going to bring the volume of that up until I hit the volume in the room that I'm looking for. So we'll bring that up. So that's about the level that I'm looking for this room and for my congregation, which is college-age students. It's a bit louder than I would probably be running a live mix in here, but that gives me a little bit of space. Once we've done that, the next step would be to bring in a band and during practice, mix like you normally would. And if you find that all of your faders are ending up under like the 0 point, like this, then what you're going to want to do is just go back to your system processor and turn it down. That will then allow you to, then once you get your faders up around that 0 point, that's probably the level you want to sit at. This is a good way to get in the ballpark, and then using an actual band is what we're going to use to get the final level. If you find that your faders are all up here with your main fader at 0 and you're just getting enough volume, then what you're going to want to do is go back to your system processor and bring that level up to allow you to bring these faders back down to 0. So you're mixing in that space, which gives you room to go up and down, but you're in the higher resolution area of the meters. The other way to do this would be to use a matrix. So instead of sending from the channel to your main left right to your processor, you would go from your channel to your main left right to a matrix. The matrix would then go to your amplifier. It's the exact same setup. We set the gain or trim, set the channel to 0, set the main fader to 0, and then you just bring up your matrices until you hit the volume in the room that you're looking for. And then lastly, the third way to do this is if you don't have a board that has matrices or you don't have any extras, then you could just do this on your amplifier. So if you go to your amplifier, there'll be a knob on there. It's an attenuator. If you set that all the way to -infinity, you generally counterclockwise all the way, then do all the same settings and then just start turning up the amp until you hit the volume that you're looking for. That'll allow you to set your system gain so that you can set your gain properly while also having your faders up near that 0 point. Hope this helps. Check out my channel and there'll be videos upcoming with more tips like this. Thanks.